Alright guys, it's time to look at CRO or Cronos on the channel once again. Now you can see this resistance here, this trend line has basically kept Cronos down. And basically today, if I zoom in, you'll see that this finally broke out. Now the resistance we had here was 8.27 cents, let's say. And it took out this trend line all in the same day, so that's quite interesting to see. Usually that would be a little bit stronger resistance. Now a few days ago we did get rejected by basically this resistance here at 8.27 cents, and it also tried to push through this trend line and actually this next resistance at around 9.93 cents, let's just say. And yeah, came all the way back down, went back to retest the 7.17 cents, and then got, a bounce. So today it looks like we will break this resistance. Next resistance is up around 10 cents, like I said, 9.936 cents. So yeah, looking good. Now, if I just zoom out a little bit here, I just want to show you that basically CRO is still making higher lows. Now this was pretty much the low back in October, 2023, September, so you can see that this was the next higher low, but we did come down a little bit, and you can see here, basically these two lows here, they're almost equal. If I zoom in, yeah, there are some wicks here that are a little bit lower, but all in all, it's pretty much equal, I would say, because it's not closing candles, guys, it's wicks. So I would just like to say and note that, is slowly making higher highs or higher lows. Sorry. So yeah, it looks okay. Just it's it's barely making it. I mean, you can see here, this was like 7 cents, and then basically this was 7.3 cents, So, yeah. Now, let's take a look at the RSI real quick. I want to take a look. I'm not familiar with the OKX, basically, so it's taken me a little bit just to find things. But anyways, the daily time frame, getting overbought here on the Stoke. And pointed heavily to the upside on the RSI, but still pretty much in neutral territory, so that's not bad. Now let's take a look at the week time frame. Wow, very oversold here on the Stoke, and the RSI is really, it's actually ticking back to the upside, and it looks like it's going to be heavily pointed to the upside, and it's pretty low, guys, so that's actually nice to see. Monthly time frame. Actually, it's just starting to really print here on the Stoke, but it is pointed heavily to the downside, it looks like. And yeah, the RSI just starting to tick upwards here, and it's a little bit below the middle here in this neutral zone. Not much really we can go off, with the monthly time frame. But yeah, like I said, week looks good. Daily looks okay, just a little bit, oversold here. Now let's look at the 4-hour time frame. Okay, it is coming down on the Stoke. The RSI is actually pointed slightly upwards, so that's, okay. 1-hour time frame, yeah, heavily oversold. And it is pointed up, with the RSI here, and a little bit above the midpoint. So it still has room to run. Now, 15-minute time frame just for fun. Okay, it is a little bit overbought, and it is pointed down here on the RSI. So, but it is in neutral territory. So, all in all, basically, what I'm getting from this is probably longer term time frames. We're going to see this really, pump up. Shorter may take a little bit of a cool off here. While, you can see that today it's just had a massive pump. I mean, it's gone from about 8 cents flat all the way up to about 10 cents, and now it's resting right on 9 cents. So it's pumped about, a full cent, which is quite a bit when you're talking about, going from 8 to 10 cents. That's like 20%. So that's not a bad pump. So Anyways, let's take a look at the tokenomics of Cronos, guys, here. Now, there is a 30 billion total supply. I do think that's a little bit high, but there actually are a lot of, we can say, fanboys of Cronos. And it has somewhat of a community like ADA or Tron or, something like this. So, yeah, it's not too bad in my opinion. Circulating is almost all of this, actually. So that's good. Now, there is no max supply listed, so I don't know if it's infinite or if it hasn't been decided or what, because it doesn't say anything here at all. Now, all-time high was nearly at $1, guys. So basically, you're still getting about a 90% discount at the moment. So if you want some Cronos, guys, it's probably one of the few coins. Well, it's not really one of the few. There are still quite a few that are really down here around 90% discount. But this is, one of the better coins. I have been a little bit frustrated with this coin, though, just because it feels like it's been on the same place forever, though. So I do have a position, as you can see here. I have sold some of my position probably, I think, about 5 months ago, 6 months ago, and I used to have a lot more. Now, anyways, let's take a quick look here at Bitcoin. Let me expand this. Now, Bitcoin has actually gone up, and it got back into this box, and then it started to come back down after it hit around $93,000. And we find ourselves under this support at 89,635, which is not good. And basically, we have the support at 87,144. So let's see if we can at least hold that. I would like to get back above 89,635, though. Now, Ethereum, let me expand this. We are losing this, legendary trend line. This is not good, guys. So Ethereum looking, in my opinion, a little bit worse than Bitcoin. Now let me show you on a weekly time frame how important this trend line has been if you've missed my last few videos. But yeah, you can see basically this started back in June of 2022. It's gotten bounces off this line, and right now we are finding ourselves under this. And yeah, if this is the leader of the altcoins, guys, this is definitely not good. Now, the total market cap, guys, getting rejected by 1.14 trillion, unfortunately. Having a little bit of a red day today. Market cap dominance, actually, Bitcoin dominance, yeah, it is still trending up, guys. You can see I've marked this off, and it's just making higher lows along the way. Now, we have had a couple of fake outs here. So, yeah, the structure was broken a couple of times. But then it finds strength somehow, and it pumps. You can see it's got, massive pumps. So I'm hoping that's the end of these pumps, but, I just can't be too sure right now. But maybe we're starting, I don't know why I'm doing that. We're starting to see this kind of round out a little bit. So maybe it will kind of, round out like I just moved my mouse. So let's see. Now, CME futures, guys, we still have this gap here, like I pointed out. Now, this gap isn't very big. It's only like several $100s, let's say wide. I think about $600 or $700, but it's still a gap. Now, we almost got down there to fill it the other day, but we didn't, unfortunately. Now, taking a look at the US dollar index, guys, it is still crashing. Today, it has gotten a little bit of a red day. It has been a little bit lower today. It's not getting, just straight red candles like the last several days. It is catching a little bit of a bounce here, but it still is falling under this support at 104.262. Now, the liquidations, guys, pretty tame in the last 24 hours. Only, about 300 million wrecked. So that's not too bad, guys. Now, the Bitcoin monthly returns at the moment, it's about 7.5% up for March. If we go to the quarter, basically it's just slightly down here for Bitcoin, but Ethereum is still about 1/3 down. Now, Fear and Greed, 25, up from yesterday. Yesterday was a 20, and yeah, last week was around 10. So it is starting to trend back up a little bit. So yeah. Now let's see, let me refresh this altcoin season index. Okay, it's still a 24. I refreshed this about 1 or 2 hours ago, but it's still a 24. So it's basically Bitcoin season, guys. Anything under 25 is Bitcoin season. And, you know, that pretty much goes hand in hand with the dominance. So, yeah, it's unfortunate, guys, but, yeah, we find ourselves in Bitcoin season at the moment. Now, Bitcoin, actually, bull market peak indicators, not really a Bitcoin, peak indicator. I would just say this, I think this goes for pretty much all crypto. But anyways, there is still 0 from 30 hit. It's still 100% hold, guys. So I am still, if one of these had hit, we did have actually one hit last week. It was days of ETF net outflows. Now there has to be like 10 or more. I don't consider that a great indicator. But if the Pi cycle top indicator and some other, 2, 3, 4 indicators hit, then yeah, we might need to start, thinking about selling. But at the moment, still, there's nothing really to worry about, I think. Now, the Pi cycle top indicator, you can see if I zoom in here, it still hasn't crossed, still has time. So yeah, I think this is, in my opinion, the best indicator. Now, tomorrow, we do have non-farm payrolls, guys. We also have, average hourly earnings. We do have a few speakers tomorrow, so it could be a very volatile day, but non-farm payrolls is really most important tomorrow. Now, crypto bubbles, basically today on the daily time frame, yeah, it's pretty red. So it was green earlier today, and the year is still green. That's about all we have right now, but a lot of this is red on the year. So yeah, guys, I'm really hoping we have a better day starting tomorrow. Tomorrow there's the crypto summit at the White House, but I am not too optimistic about this summit, guys. I really hope we do have a good summit and something come out of this, but I am just not so sure. Now, if you want to stake your coins, guys, go to Coinondo and, type in, for example, Bitcoin, and you'll see you have the amount of days you have to lock your coins up. You do have limits. Be aware of the limits, guys. You don't want to get locked up in a position that you can't get out of and when you're ready to sell. So anyways, guys, if you like this video about Cronos, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one.